Hello, welcome back to another YouTube video with the Transfer Portal CFB presented by NoContextCFB. The season's about to kick off in quite a few days. It's honestly crazy to say that. But today, before the season begins, we need to talk about the sport, about the teams, about who might be the last one standing in undefeated terms. Not who's going to be winning the national championship. We don't care about that. We're here, myself, Dan, Ben, Doug, and Drewster. We're here to draft 4 rounds, 20 picks. That's quick math right there. 5 times 4 is 20. We're here to draft the teams that we believe will remain undefeated the longest. And what's going to happen is if a team starts 3-0, but then drops their fourth game, they're 3-1, you get 3 points. If they go 11-0 to start, then end up 11-1, there's 11 points for you. We'll come back, when the regular season ends, or when nobody else is on field anymore. We'll see who wins. But yeah, I don't know. Y'all have anything you want to say before we get into it?
I think we're ready to jump in.
All right.
I got nothing.
Well, and Drewster, you have the first pick.
The first pick, I'm going to take the team I think has the best chance to go 12-0, and I'm going to take the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Wow, bold pick.
Very bold.
All right. Well, Doug, you're up next.
I'm going off the beaten path. I'm going with one of the favorites of the transfer portal. Give me the Houston Cougars.
Ooh. With UTSA and Texas Tech to start the season, still taking Houston.
All their tough ones right at the front.
Yeah.
I agree. I think they could definitely run the table if they get past those 2 games. All right, Dan, you're up third.
I am going to take Alabama. Don't overthink it. Alabama. Roll Tide.
Ben.
I mean, if the defending national champions are going to fall into my lap, I'm going to take the Georgia Bulldogs. I think that's a pretty clear pick at number 4 for me.
All right. At the turn, gosh, you guys take all the easy ones. Now I've actually got to think. I'll start with Coastal Carolina because I think the opportunity to start 7-0 is there, possibly 8-0. If they could win at Georgia State on September 22nd, then 7-0 is just imminent. So I'll kind of take a little risk there. And then, I'll take Michigan. The non-conference slate is extremely weak. There's a path to start 6-0. They could start anywhere from like 3-1 to 9-0. I'll take the gamble, and Ben is up again.
For me, I'm going to go ahead and take Utah out of the Pac-12. I think they have a pretty manageable non-conference schedule. It's sort of a bet on making sure that Utah is better than USC this season, because if they beat USC, 11-0 is not out of the question until that match up with Oregon. So I think that's a solid pick.
Utah's really good. If they get by Florida week 1, they're going to go a long time without losing. I'm going to go ahead and take a team I was debating taking right there with my first pick, and that would be Clemson.
Yeah, I feel like an idiot for not seeing them on my sheet and passing on Clemson. Like, that's just poor from me.
They play nobody in non-con.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a game where they're not favored. Maybe NC State, and that's middle of the year. So.
Yeah, I think they're also favored by like 2 touchdowns against NC State as it stands right now. So there's that. I botched that completely. Doug, you're up.
Give me the Trojans of USC. I think their only early test is Fresno State up until they face Utah. If they get through Fresno State, they'll be undefeated till October. And outside of that, the only other real matchup they have is Notre Dame, but it's literally the last game of the season. So there's ample opportunity to run the table. They have the talent to do it. It's just execution now. And
right. For the turnaround, first pick, I'm going to go UAB. I think that, in my opinion, they're the favorite to win the Conference USA. I love their schedule up until like the LSU game. This is a team that could go 10-2, 11-1. And then my second pick is where I'm kind of struggling because I'm looking at 2 teams in particular. One's a bit more of a risk, but a high ceiling. The other one is Not super high ceiling, but get some guaranteed points. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. Miami, go take down the Aggies in College Station.
Oh,
Start 9 or 10 now.
that's bold.
It is bold, but you know what? Fortune favors the brave, is what that commercial always says.
What commercial?
The crypto commercial, which is ironic because crypto is
Bitcoin,
in
yeah.
the tank right now.
I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. It's my turn anyway. Give me the Raging Cajuns. They don't play anybody. Like I said, they play Florida State. So, like I said, they don't play anybody. So, they avoid the big dogs, Appalachian State, Appetizer State. Why I cannot speak. And Coastal Carolina. So they avoid those two. They don't play anybody else. They play Andrew's favorite school in Price, and they play a directional FCS school. So it's pretty easy pickings for them.
I'm very mad you took him.
I'm going to go ahead and take another team from the SEC that has a very easy first half of the schedule and a very hard back half of the schedule. So I'm just going to bank on maybe 6 or 7 points here, and that's it. Not getting into double digits, and that'll be Ole Miss.
So I was actually debating. One game really stood out to me on the schedule, and it was Ole Miss versus Kentucky. And I was just going to take whichever one fell to me first. So I'm going to actually take Kentucky to win that game because I think they have an even easier schedule than Ole Miss, frankly. And if they get past Ole Miss, it's looking pretty hot, maybe for a 6-0, 7-0 start. So I like that pick.
I'll just say this. I'm probably going to end up with the worst draft. I am not pleased with how the board has fallen. I botched things with Clemson. I thought I'd be able to get ULL. I have no clue what to do here.
If you had Clemson, Michigan, that would have been tough to beat.
Yeah, it would have been, but
we would have handed you 22 right there.
Yeah, I got into a real bad spot, and that's on me. So I guess, you know what? I'll just ban Boise State because I think they're an extremely good team. Yeah, they start at Oregon State to start the year, but I'm not really afraid of that. I think they'll be undefeated for a good bit. That 2-game stretch with SDSU and Fresno State is tough though, but I'm already down so bad. Why not take a gamble and then just give me Minnesota? I think they could start 6-0. I had a bad
right,
draft.
Drewster? You all right, Andrewster?
Even I wasn't going to pick them, and I'm the one wearing the Minnesota sweater.
I had a bad draft, okay?
We all have those days.
With my last pick, another little bet on this, because if they can get past Louisville on September 9th, I think is looking pretty good until they hit Cincinnati. I'm going to take UCF with my final pick here. They have a pretty manageable non-conference schedule. Georgia Tech isn't exactly scaring people this year, so I feel pretty good about their opportunity to start 6 or 7 or 7-0. I'm not going to be taking these high, like 11-0 swings with these last 2 picks, but I feel pretty confident that they're going to give me some points nonetheless.
You stole them from me. If you saw our conference champions draft, I'm in on UCF. All right, I was going to go with them. Really good pick. I'm going to go ahead and take a swing. I'm going to take Air Force. It's another group of 5 team I'm high on. They're going to be favored in every single game they play or close to it. Boise State will be close, I think. They're going to be they have an easy non-con except for that Army game, which is in the middle of the year. That should be tough as usual. And Air Force.
All righty. So I just want to ask a question because I don't remember everybody's answers. Did anybody take the Sooners yet or no?
Nope.
Oklahoma it is. They don't play. Their non-con's a joke. Sorry, Kenzie. Nebraska stinks. They're really they have Texas, but it's Texas. You know how Texas is. Like, they lost to Kansas. Not really a program worth respecting. It gets tricky in November because they have Baylor and Oklahoma State, but both their games are at home. And I do expect one of those programs to take a step back. But yeah, no, Oklahoma should be pretty favored heavily, and they should be doing pretty well. So that's my final pick.
Yeah, I was weighing my options. It was between UCF and Oklahoma for me as well. So I like that pick, Doug.
Yep, they're the same between Air Force and Oklahoma for me.
Thank you guys for not picking it.
All right. So now I'm going back to back. I'm surprised this team is here. I'm going to take Virginia. I think that they can start 6 or 7-0. I
Last
love
pick,
that all.
and
This is the
This is the last one.
Oh,
this
it's
is 4
four.
rounds.
It's 4. So I guess I'm taking Virginia.
Who was the other one? Now you have to let us know, though.
Oh, I wasn't gonna know. I was looking at my board and I was just gonna throw a dart.
Oh,
Draft boards, y'all are such rookies, man. You gotta go in blind.
No, I gotta have some names up there.
Draft board didn't even matter for me. I just completely looked over Clemson and like bold text. I just looked over it. Like I had a bad draft. I'm sorry to all my fans out there. I threw.
I really, really weighed UCLA heavily. I think they're going to be a sturdy team, really high floor, and a really, really nice early schedule.
My thing is UCLA is just so erratic that I don't want to take a chance with them because like they definitely have the talent to beat everybody, but they've also can't lose to everybody.
They could also go out there and lose to Colorado for absolutely no reason in their 4th game.
That's my worry about UCLA. They clearly have the talent to be one of the best teams in the country, but we're just so shaky that I couldn't just pick them on here.
I took Minnesota over them because I can't trust UCLA in that Colorado-Washington stretch. Either it's going to be 4 and they're going to drop one of those games. So I just don't see the sustained undefeated effort. And then they're probably not being Utah.
Yeah, I actually, this might be hometown bias for me, but I think Virginia was a good pick. If you look at their schedule, it is not.
I don't like calling stuff cupcake,
but it's not a gauntlet. Yeah,
it's definitely not hard.
The only other team I was considering perhaps was Purdue, and it's sort of the same Minnesota vein, I suppose, that you had, Liam, just Big Ten West. They can get past Penn State week 1. Depends on what you think of Sean Clifford, of course. But if they can get past Penn State week 1, really they don't have a true tough schedule out until October 22nd at Wisconsin. So that would have been a good pick as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Virginia schedule. Ben, you made a great choice because outside of Miami and Pitt, those 2 weeks, your toughest, it smells. I'm sorry. I mean, the schedule smells like it works out in your favor. Virginia Tech, but yeah, no, Virginia's a great choice. Love that.
I'll give credit to Andrew on that one though. That was Andrew's pick.
That was my pick.
Oh shit!
That was Mr. Irrelevant.
Ben, because it's the UVA. Fuck, my fault.
Well, I guess that'll do it for this one. Please let us know who you think had the best draft. I expect to see 0 people see.
Should I run down the drafts real quick?
You could also do that.
Yeah, please.
We had Andrewster with Ohio State, UAB, Miami, and Virginia. Doug, Houston, USC, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. I have Alabama, Clemson, Ole Miss, and Air Force. Ben with Georgia, Utah, Kentucky, and UCF. And Liam, Coastal, Michigan, Boise State, and Minnesota. A couple of us took conference mates there. 2 Big Ten, 2 SEC for me, 2 ACC for Andrews, 2 SEC for Ben. Only Doug gets away.
Variety.
All right, I'll have them cut that moment of silence. All right, I'll wrap with the outro. All right, thank you for watching this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It would help us tremendously. And please, again, in the comments, let us know who had the best draft, who had the worst draft, and we'll catch you on the next video. If you have any ideas that you want to see us pursue, please just let us know. Season's about to start. Content's about to see even more production out of us. So we're happy to keep spreading real good college football content with y'all. And thank you for watching. See you.